Alright, the next story quest, and possibly, not sure, I might do a video or two or several tomorrow, but possibly the last video I make for Final Fantasy XIV at least for more than 2 weeks. I have a vacation, so. But this is called for Thavnair, however it's pronounced, Thavnair, Thavnair Bound. Given to us by Thancred. We have two options for quests now. One is from Kral, one is from Thancred. I just chose Thancred, honestly, more or less at random. Here we go. I have Kral's instructions in hand. If you are ready to set out, then so are we. Having been to Thavnair before, I can travel by Aetheryte, but what of the rest of you? Another sea voyage would waste time we do not have, says Estinian. Kral was of the same mind, and has already secured the aid of the good folk of the Confluence. We'll take ourselves there. Urian J looks shocked for a second, and then thinks, The Confluence, thou sayest? I'm afraid so, my friend. I cock my head, like, what's going on? He turns to me. Thou wilt recall the hunt for Iceheart, unto whose sanctuary we delivered thee owing to the knowledge of our comrade Moonbreda. Moonbreda was an authority on etherology, a field of study she did embark upon in pursuit of her parents' example. Both are authorities in their own right, and both are researchers at the Confluence. Ah. Haven't you gone to see them yet? Says Thancred. He shakes his head. Urian J does. I attempted to do so earlier, but to my shame, my courage failed me at the last. As it hath the many times I thought to reach out to them after sending that fateful letter. Neither time nor introspection have revealed unto me the words I should speak, and thus have I kept my silence. Whether you come with us or no is your choice and yours alone, says Estinian. If it is too difficult, we'll manage. Thou art kind to say so, but I have no intention of forsaking our cause. I shall go to the Confluence, and I shall face that which hath been long overdue. If it's settled, then let us be off. When we arrive, we should look for a researcher named Kite. Kytte, or Keat. Kite, Kit, whatever. I'm gonna go with Kite. Right, cutscene over, let's go. Alright. We go. Oh, I guess I could have gone up. Yeah, I still can. To the northeast, and then northwest. And then these big old double doors. We see Kite. I'm gonna go with Kite. I don't know why I said Keat. Cutscene. We're in a building. There is a big old, like, ether crystal here. And then there are people studying, like, smaller versions of this crystal in various ways. Books on the shelves. Well, now, this is rather a lot of stern faces. Are my library books overdue again? A blue-haired, kind of like a pale blue-haired female, but... And it's like short, but not too short. It's kind of that whole... there was like a messy Rachel. I don't fucking know, dude. Anyway, not to our knowledge, we're associates of Krile and the students of the Baldessian. We seek passage to Thavnair and understand that you can assist us. Says Thancred. Ah, the test subjects. Welcome, welcome. We look to each other, cock our head. Test subjects, says Thancred. Oh, you hadn't heard? Well then, allow me to explain. So, in order to travel to an Aetheryte, you ordinarily need to be attuned to it beforehand. Otherwise, you can't use it as a beacon to seek out while you're a mess of ether hurtling along the live stream. Okay, I said that right. It felt weird, the weird notes. An inconvenient but incontrovertible limitation of Aetheryte teleportation. But what if I were to tell you that there's a way to travel to an Aetheryte without being attuned to it? A way to teleport instantly to places you've never been. For long years, we've labored to make such travel possible, that people might move about more freely. And we've finally done it. We've created a new kind of Aetheryte that doesn't require attunement. Truly, that changes everything. Well, my language may have been a bit misleading. The user need not attune to these Aetherites, but the Aetherites themselves must have been pre-attuned to each other, thereby facilitating travel between the 2 points. But it just so happens that of our first test pair of Aetherites, one has been installed here in Sharlayan, and the other over in Yedlimad. Yedlihmad. Yedlimad. A port town in Thavnair. As you may know, our nation has long maintained strong ties with Radz Adhan, Radz-AT-HAN. And indeed, we owe much of this breakthrough to the contributions of their alchemists. So to sum up, we're to test these Aetherites. How fortuitous. For you? I should mention that an accident has impaired my ability to channel ether. Will this be a problem? Not at all. As a matter of fact, you might say these Aetherites were made for people like your good self. The magics imbued within will whisk you away without any effort on your part. A veritable dream come true, and far be it from me to worry about such things, but do we have permission to make use of your shiny new invention? The only permission required is yours, so assuming you're willing, we're all set. It may come as a surprise, but we actually struggle to find test subjects. Most people seem to have an unreasonable fear of their souls gradually disintegrating as they drift helplessly in their lifestream, in the statistically unlikely event that something goes awry. But it's plain that you aren't most people. Heck, Mistress Krell truly knows how to pick 'em. She gives a thumbs up and a couple nods. Yeah. If I might change the subject, our Master Wilfson and Mistress Blovida not present today. Just Uriamj. He was off camera for most of this. I didn't even know he was here. Oh, he didn't hear? They've recently resigned their posts. Their expertise was needed elsewhere. A large-scale project helmed by the Forum itself, as I understand, but I'm not privy to the details. I see. Any other questions? No? Then let's get going before you change your minds. Please see to your preparations and head outside to the Aetheryte Plaza. I'll be along shortly. Moonbreeder, we miss thou so much. You were kind of a badass. And when I say kind of, it's an understatement. Destination? Wait near the Aetheryte Plaza. We have a cutscene. We see the Aetheryte spinning in the various directions as it normally does. As they all normally do. Our blue-haired...
We're all set!
My voice for her wasn't too far off, actually. Right, we're all set. Right. No, fuck it.
Just the 4 of you, was it?
Honestly, I'm kind of proud of myself. Like, unintentional for sure. Just kind of seemed like that's what her voice might be. I get Lalafell wrong all the time, but generally, humans, Elzen, I get pretty close. Miqote, I get pretty close. The Rogadin, I don't. I expect their voices to be deeper generally than they commonly seem to be.
3. I'm already attuned to the crystal in Thavnair.
You are? Oh. I would have preferred more test subjects. Oh, well, never mind. If our 3 travellers could line up here, please?
We look to each other, give our last nods ever. No, just kidding. And we walk forward. What are we doing?
Yes, right there is fine.
Oh.
Take a deep breath, and I'll soon have you soaring through the ether.
Yay. She presses a button on an electronic device, and Thancred, and then me, and then Uriamj all kind of have this
Oh, and one last thing.
around us. Blue sparkles.
you might experience a teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness. Good luck!
What?
And Thancred winks out, then me and Orion J in quick fashion. And the blue-haired lady whose name I can't remember, Kite, she gives a little bit of a cheer. We see a world map. On the far west of it is Old Charlian. We wink out from there, holy crap, and we travel very, very far to the southeast, but not as far as Garlemald, but we're on an island now. And we have a...
Thavnair, home to city-state Rads at Han. Rising from the southeast waters of the Bounty, this Isle of Plenty served as the battleground for a conflict between two peoples. Their cultures bled into one another until a unique amalgamation was distilled from the chaos, in a process not unlike their precious alchemy. Once solidified as a single nation, an adamant stance of neutrality would hold invaders at bay. For a time.
There's one of those towers here with the crystal and the glow.
Now across this vibrant isle creeps a fog of malice. What choice do you have?
Oh, I fall almost all the way down, so does Thancred. Estinian's fine, because he has
What chance?
Orion J also seems okay, and then, nope, he falls to his knees and hands. Oh, he falls all the way down. Estinian is shocked, and rubs his forehead and is like, oh god.
Against such an insidious foe.
Thancred and I are on hands and knees. Orion J is like flat on his face. That violent sickness. But yeah, coastal city, also kind of a cliff city, and vibrant colors of buildings, kind of like Spanish style, maybe Aztecan. You have multiple layers, reds, greens, blues. Your kind of reds. Did I say red? Yeah. Yeah, Pueblo style. Estinian doesn't know what to do.
I've seen fairer faces after a bout of bad shellfish.
Yeah, we're all still pretty hurt here. That weird sound you keep hearing every once in a while is another bout of the sickness.
Let me bring you something to drink. That should help settle your bellies.
Almost maybe like a migraine. I've never had one, but it seems like this would probably be pretty similar to a migraine.
There was a note with Kryle's instructions.
I look at him like face of pain.
Don't let Estinian roam the markets alone. He's alarmingly bad with coin.
Bad timing. Thancred also looks like he's like hungover, and he gets another bout of ugh. This makes me sick a little bit. We steal myself. I steal myself, and stand up. I got this. Maybe, probably. I don't know. You managed to will yourself to your feet, but given your condition, will you be able to reach Estinian in time? Oh God, really? Let's see what happens. Yep, you get little flashes on the screen every once in a while that stop you in your tracks for ether sickness. What is that? Movement speed. Great. So our red circle here. Let's go in this building. Nope, can't go in there. Cool. An elephant man. That's new to me. Where are you, Estinian? This red circle isn't that large. There you are. Running past you. We falter a little bit, stumble, but we're okay. We'll attune to this Aetheryte, so we don't have to do this ever again. Probably still will have to, but... We find Estinian at a junk bunker. Oh, and we flash one more time. Like we fall to a knee, panting heavily. We found him. You there, I need 3 drinks, something that helps with ether sickness. but by the Manusia, a traveler. Greetings. Greetings and welcome. You are wise, good sir, to come to me. My special Amra lassie, made with only the finest and freshest ingredients, is famed for calming unruly bellies. By way of a warm welcome to Thavnair, I'm pleased to offer it to you for the low, low price of 19,800 gil. Wow. For not one, not two, but 3 bottles. A bargain amongst bargains. The price is high road robbery, and you want to say as much to Estinian, but you realize any words of warning you cry out would be accompanied by your last meal. You must stand before Estinian and, using gestures, deny that the deal is fair. So, we do the deny motion at him, we wave our hands in front of our face and shake our head. I thought you could barely stand. What do you need to tell me that's so urgent? He starts getting coin, I think it looks like. Wait, I shouldn't buy the lassie? This merchant is swindling me? Waha! Says sincerest apologies, sir, but I appear to have my prices confused. It's actually 1,890 gil for the 3 bottles of lassie. Seems better. That confusion would have been quite costly for both of us. Very well then, your coin. He hands it over. Here, a bottle for each of you. Take them to the others and get some rest. I'll be back after I've explored the town. Haven't you been here before? Whatever, it's all good. We find our friends. Oh, we got another bout. Another movement, speed, slow down. This is so fun. I'm glad when they add shit like this to the game to make it fun for everybody. Early on, Jay just gives us a ... We hand over one of these special Amra lassie. Praise be to the 12. My stomach doth loosen its death grip. My heartfelt thanks to thee and Estinian, and to the fine fruits of this land. And to Thancred. You were in time? Excellent. You spared us to Taru's wrath. Hand over the special Amra Lassie to him. Lassie? Sorry, Lassi. Sweet, sweet release. If you haven't already, you should have yours too. Cutscene. We see an invigorated Thancred and Earleon J finally standing. Right, I'm ready to get on with it. That lassie truly worked wonders. I nod. Back on your feet, I see. It's better, Estinian. Thy hair, says Earleon J. Oh my god, he has a braid. And, like... What are they called? Side bangs? Aye, I've bound it. 'Tis the most I could do against this heat, short of shedding my armor. May I ask where you got the cord for it? A local vendor. The man said it's a Thavnairian weave. Tough and not easily unraveled. And how much did it cost? 9,400 gil. A steal, I was told. 'Tis nothing fancy, but I've always valued function over form. That's incredible. I dare say not even Alphino could hold a candle to you. He cocks his head at that. Hanker gives a little shrug. It's not uncommon for merchants to set their prices high, but doesn't it seem excessive here? Or are all Hannish merchants so unscrupulous? Or I expected the Azure Dragoon to put up more of a fight. It's not uncommon for merchants to set their prices high, but doesn't it seem excessive here? I am inclined to agree with thine assessment. It doth seem excessive, unusually so. Claiming Thavnair as its dominion, the nation of Radzat Han hath long thrived as a hub of commerce. In the beginning, there were the Arkasodara. Sorry, Arkasodara. Arkasodara. A Matanga tribe indigenous to this land. Arkasodara. Over time, they came to be joined by other races, and through their intermingling, a culture rich and distinct did emerge. From alchemy to textiles, the products of Hanish culture have come to be celebrated and coveted the world over, a development only aided by the nation's prime location as a waypoint betwixt east and west. All of this hath combined to make a trading power of Rods at Han, yet such a status cannot be taken for granted. Nay, it must needs be maintained through judicious governance and stringent regulation. Neither of which I see any evidence, given that merchants at a gateway town are free to let fleece hapless travelers and tarnish the reputation of the nation at large, says Thancred. Just so, the opportunistic pricing is rampant. There we go. That opportunistic pricing is rampant doth suggest that oversight is much weakened, or mayhap that the people have fallen upon hard times. Whatever the truth may be, 'twould be prudent to ascertain the current state of affairs. Prudent and practical, aye, we've naught to lose by learning more. So, ere we seek out Kryle's acquaintance, shall we see what information we can gather here in Yedlamad? Gets a nod from me. Excellent, we didn't exactly get off to a flying start, but we'll make up for it. For Thavnair Bound is complete. There will be a link in the description of this video that will send you to my Google Doc PowerPoint where every slide is an item on Amazon that I recommend because they're great. I've not yet decided if I'm making any more videos tonight, but if you purchase any of those items on my, from Amazon via the link on that particular slide for the item, I will get the small cut. Otherwise, I hope you had a good time with the video. I will see you next time, which we'll see if it's today or tomorrow.